What are you willing to do to achieve your goals? Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So it's a very important question. We all have these dreams, these goals, these aspirations, these projections to the future about where we want to be and all the things we are going to do, all the things we want to do. And eventually we're going to end up achieving all our goals and we're going to have this dream life. But we understand that in order to get to here, we first have to start. And we also understand between the time that you start and finish, there is this period in between. It's very difficult. You're going to have to do a load of difficult things and you're going to have to become the best or one of the best at whatever it is you're trying to do. Now, the original question that I asked you is, what are you willing to do to achieve your goal? Because the long and short of it is that if you want to be the best in something, I don't know you, I don't know your specific goal, but if you want to be the best in that one thing, then you're going to have to work, one, very, very hard, and two, for a very, very long time. And whilst you're working so hard and whilst you're working for such a long time, you must expect nothing. You expect nothing until one day something happens and you surprise yourself. One day you keep chipping away, you keep chipping away, you keep chipping away, and then boom, because that's how it happens 99% of the time. All of these people that we look up to, the stars, the people that have made it, the people who have the millions of followers, the people who have won all the trophies, the people who have all the lights on them. We like to focus on them now, but when you look back at all the work they put in to get to where they are today, it's downright ugly. You know, Mr. Beast, before he became the world's biggest YouTuber, was sat in his bedroom for years and years and years making videos. His mother was begging him to stop. Please, Jimmy, don't make more videos. Go and get a normal job. Please, Jimmy. You know, you're going to end up with nothing. You're going to end up with no stability. And he had to ignore his mother, ignore his friends, ignore his family, and just drive at this goal. And that sounds really cool now, when it's all said and done and the goals have been achieved and he is the single biggest YouTuber of all time. But in the moment, when you're struggling and you're working so hard and you've been working so hard for so long and you've got nothing to say for it, it's not cool. But this is the price we must pay for success. You see, it is my belief that if you have a real passion for something, if you have a real love for something, and you put loads of time into that passion and into that love, eventually it will pay off. But if you just dip your toe in and out of the water and decide that when you're motivated enough, you'll give it a proper go, or when you feel 100%, you'll give it a proper go, you're going to find that you have way less progress than somebody who is willing to go no matter how they feel. Somebody who is willing to clock in and clock out at the same time every single day and work on their goal like a dog, regardless of how they feel. The ugly truth is that if you really want to achieve something, if you have an absolute desire to achieve something, you are going to have to work very, very hard on that goal for sometimes years at a time before you even get anything. And if that is really what you want to do, then you need to make your peace with that. Because if you keep going, from the time that you start to the middle to the end, you're going to improve. You're going to get better along the way. For example, for me, this channel is something that I really want to commit to. I've got a real goal to build this into something special. But right now I'm I'm somewhere between the beginning and the end, and it's a painful process. I'm going to keep posting regularly. I'm going to keep making shorts. I'm going to keep trying to get this message out there and try and help people. Try and build up young men specifically, trying to build up people. If I can help anyone, that's fantastic. But I understand that it's going to be a process. This is for me, a lifelong commitment that I'm willing to make to this channel, because I know that if I keep going and I keep pushing and I keep putting a good message out there and trying to help people, and I genuinely try and add value to the marketplace, then I will be rewarded for that. But in between the start and the end, there is pain. There is a long, painful process of which you work hard on something. You work really hard. You put in a lot of hours. You think something is really good. Maybe I post a video, I think it's a good video, and I get nothing, you know? But that is a part of everyone who has ever made it to be a success and their story. You cannot have the ups without the downs. It is possible that you could get lucky and you could make it big time really quickly. It's possible, like it's been done before. You see it where, for example, somebody starts a YouTube channel and within a couple of months they've hit 1 million subscribers. That can happen. But that happens in less than 1% of cases. And for most people, it is a long process. It is a struggle. But along the way, from the start to the end, there's so many improvements that are made. There's so much development within a person's character when they start here and they work their way up. Of course, if quick success comes around, you're certainly not going to turn it down. I just want to point out to you, though, that the journey and the struggle along the journey can work out just as good as that quick success, because over time you've learned to deal with setbacks. You've learned to deal with being consistent with something even though you don't get much reward from it. You know, if you're just given it straight away and you're just given everything you've ever wanted, maybe you don't appreciate it in the same way as you would as if you've, cared for your goal and you've nurtured your goal and you've nurtured it into a reality over a long period of time. That's when you really care about it. You know, when you've taken it from the very start, through all the pain, through all the years of pain and sacrifice, and then eventually you make it one day, versus just out of nowhere falling on success. Maybe you get that success, it's great. Of course, you're not going to turn it down, but you appreciate that instant success way, way less than you would do if you'd worked for it for a long time. In 99% of cases, if you want to be elite in any sector, in any sport, in any industry, you must put in time and effort. And that time and effort is not just when you feel like it. It is a promise to yourself that you will do that regardless of how you feel, consistently. And if you do, it is my firm belief, my firm belief, that if you are consistent and you have a real desire for something, that you will improve over time. And if you stick at it and you stick at it and you stick at it, you will receive what you are looking for. But it is also possible to find yourself in a funny position where you've gone for this goal and you've worked really hard for it, but you don't find yourself getting any better. You don't find it rewarding. You don't find that you're enjoying it. And it's entirely possible that maybe you're just looking at the wrong goal and you're this far away from finding the one goal that you really want to go for. You know, you might have a goal today and tomorrow you might bump into something that makes you completely 180, completely change your focus and the direction of your life. And that's okay. But to those people that are watching that are sure of what they want. They're absolutely certain that they want this one thing and that they're willing to work for it. You need to understand that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's not a race, it is a marathon. And it's you versus you. It's about how long you can endure the struggle, how long you can keep running, how long you can keep your consistency. Because as I said, you want to look at everybody who is your role model, and we look at them now and we say, you know, it's so impressive. I'd love to have that life. I would love to have those accolades. But remember, we're looking at how they look now. We're looking at the outcome. We're looking at all the work that's been done. Remember to focus on all the things that they had to do to get in that position, because that's what you're going to have to do. It's important to have that motivation of what you want and have it in your mind of the things you want to do. But it's also important to be realistic with yourself and understand what goes into achieving those things. Understand the struggle. And if it's really what you want to do, then that won't be a problem. But don't delude yourself into thinking that things are just going to work out. They will only work out if you put in the work. And they will only work out if you are consistent. And that's not being consistent for a week or being consistent for a month, for 6 months or a year. Forget about time. You are just consistent. When you think about the amount of time that you've been doing something, it kind of bogs down on you. You can start to question yourself. You can start to critique yourself. You can start to get in your own head. Forget about time. Just worry about doing. Just worry about doing the thing. You make a commitment to your goal and you go for it. And no matter how long it takes or how difficult it gets, you keep going. And if you do that and you have a passion for what you do, I guarantee you, the formula is already there. It will work out. It will work out. With enough time, enough dedication, enough persistence, and enough enjoyment of what you do, it will work out. You will achieve the things that you want to achieve. It's so improbable to me that somebody could genuinely love something and pour all their effort and all their time into it for years and years and years and not get any better at the thing that they're doing. I'll bring it back to the channel. If I keep making videos for years and years and years, and the subscriber count doesn't grow that much, and the visualizations, the views don't grow that much, and I'm not getting that much positive feedback, it's probably fair to say that YouTube's not for me. And maybe you find yourself in that reality, but I struggle to believe that if something is for you and you like it, and you have a passion for it, and you put in enough time, you put in enough effort, and you are consistent, you are Mr. Consistent, then I struggle to foresee a reality in which eventually it doesn't pay off for you. Because life will give you for what you put in. You know, if you put in, you will receive. If you add value to the marketplace will reward you. It's just a matter of chipping away. So if I was to summarize this message to you, what I would say is that it's fantastic that you have goals and aspirations. A lot of people don't, and you should be giving yourself a pat on the back that in this time and this age, you've got these plans and clearly you're a different type of guy. You know, first and foremost, good job on that. Secondly, it's okay to have the goals, but just understand the amount of work that is going to have to go into those goals. If you're dead set on achieving something, that is fantastic. But from the time that you start, you make a commitment that is not time bound. You make a lifelong commitment to that goal. You show up, you work hard, and you do those things consistently. And if you do that, and you don't put these time bounds on things, then you will make it. Of course, sometimes it's going to be tough and you're going to question yourself and you're going to question whether you're able to do this thing that you wanted to do. But when you get those thoughts and you get those hesitations and doubts, you need to remember the reason why you started. You need to remember the key motivation to your goal. And then when you do that, you take a breath, you put your boots back on, you saddle up the horse and you get riding. Because you're in this for life. If you take that approach, I honestly don't foresee a reality in which anyone's going to stop you from achieving your goals. So I'll make it full circle and we'll finish how we started. What are you willing to do to achieve your goals? Good luck. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video today. I really hope that in one way or another you took some value from it, and if you did take some value from it, make sure to smash the subscribe button for more unfiltered personal development content just like this. I'm going to try and keep these videos to a nice weekly schedule and give as much value as I possibly can. So once again, if you did take a smither of value, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got a nice goal for 1,000 subscribers at the end of the year, and every single subscriber counts. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below. I want to hear about your plans, your goals, your ambitions. What does 2025 look for you? And of course, if you enjoyed today, smash the like button for me. As always, guys, thank you for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next one.